Every year for Halloween, we like to carve a jack-o'-lantern pumpkin. This is a tradition in our family. My daughter loves the pumpkins, and we all love the pumpkin seeds. So in this video, I wanna show you how I make the pumpkin seeds, where we're gonna toss them with a spice, we're gonna send them in the oven, and as we're doing that, we're gonna carve our jack-o'-lantern, and then we're gonna enjoy the awesome spice seeds. But before I get into the video, check the description list for the full ingredient list. Enough talking, let's get cooking.
So the first thing we got to do is get to the seeds, and the seeds are obviously inside the pumpkin. And this is just a standard pumpkin carving kit that I got at the supermarket. You can also get these all those pop-up Halloween stores. So now we'll pull off whatever seeds are attached to the top, and we'll also cut off all these dangly things just to make it nice and neat, because we're going to put this back on top. And now this is the part some of you might get grossed out about, but you're going to reach inside that pumpkin and pull out all the seeds and all that mush inside. It's going to feel a little mushy and weird at first, but you got to get in there. It's the only way to do it. Can't do it with a spoon. Now we'll separate out the pumpkin seeds from the pumpkin meat, and this can only be done by hand, and this is one of those things that we do with love. So anytime you have to do this repetitive thing, little by little by little by hand, and there's no machine to do it, that's love, baby. No shortcuts here. So now we're going to spread these out on a paper towel, and we're going to use the paper towel to absorb as much moisture as possible. We're going to want these seeds to get crispy, so moisture is the enemy of getting anything crispy, so the drier the better. The pumpkin seeds will stick to the paper towel, but we'll pick those off little by little, and then we'll just transfer them to our baking sheet that's going to go in the oven. I have my oven set to 250 degrees, and this is going to be a lower temperature that's going to allow these seeds to dry in the oven. I'll spread them out as much as I can to make sure that I'm maximizing the surface area that's exposed, and these are going to go in the oven for about 5 to 10 minutes just so they can get a little dry. While those in the oven, we can start to carve our jack-o'-lantern. First thing we got to do is draw on the face, and we're going to go with your basic triangle eyes, triangle nose, 2 teeth, and a smile. This is much more simple than some of the intricate pumpkins that you saw in the intro, but we're trying to move fast here and get to the seeds. After about 5 to 10 minutes, we'll pull them out, and a lot of that surface moisture is gone. We're going to mix them around a little bit. They might be a little sticky, but they're much drier than they were before they went into the oven. So now we're going to use our parchment paper setup to transfer the seeds into a bowl that we're going to season them with, and we're going to use the same piece of parchment paper for baking, so this is going to go right back on the sheet. So now we're going to drizzle on some olive oil, some of my base seasoning, which is a blend of garlic powder, onion powder, salt, and pepper. You can find a link to the video recipe in the description, and if you've been here before, I know you already have some. Here is some smoked paprika. This is going to add a really nice red color and a beautiful smoky flavor to these pumpkin seeds. And some ancho chili powder. It's really going to add another depth of spice flavor to these. We're also going to put a couple pinches of some brown sugar. The brown sugar is going to caramelize really nicely in the oven and give a really nice flavor to those spices. So now we're just going to get in there with our hands and give it a mix until the spices are evenly coated with the oil and the spices. And now we're going to spread this out right on that same baking sheet. And when we're spreading them out, we're going to use our hands to make sure that we're really maximizing the surface area and enough of these seeds are in contact with the air and they're spread out as best as they can. And now these are going to go in a 325 to 350 degree oven for about 10 minutes before we got to toss them around. Let's go back over to our jack-o'-lantern. We got to finish them up. Top fits very nicely on top. Oh, but the seeds are ready, so let's go back to those. We're going to pull those out, and we're going to give these a little bit of a toss. We'll just take a spatula, get underneath, and push them all together, trying to flip them over as best as we can. And then after they've been tossed and flipped, we'll spread them back out, and these are going to go back in the oven for another 10 to 15 minutes until the sugar caramelizes a little bit and they are golden brown. And now for the best part. Giving this guy some life, I lighten a candle and throwing it inside. This is the best part about Halloween. Let me know in the comment section how you think I did. Now we're going to pull those out of the oven. We're going to let them cool, and then we'll use our setup to transfer these into our snacking bowl. And these seeds are done. They're going to be eaten so fast. They're so delicious. I hope you enjoyed this recipe as much as I did making it. No matter how you celebrate, I hope you all have a happy Halloween.
You know, as quick as we were able to carve the jack-o'-lantern, these seeds are done. You know, they're super duper crispy. I really like to know when they're done, when they have this like really brown color to them and they're slightly toasted and they have this really, really nice crunch to them. Got this really nice smokiness from the smoked paprika and those ancho chili powders. And we're gonna snack on these until the bowl's empty. And then we're gonna ask for another jack-o'-lantern to get carved so we can have more seeds. These are good. While I'm plowing through these pumpkin seeds, you should check out some Thanksgiving recipes. It's right around the corner and you can never start too early. This is my sausage and rice stuffing and my whole roasted cauliflower. These are two really awesome side dishes that I hope they make your Thanksgiving table. Thanks, happy Halloween.